And then I used I can't remember which, it was one. Hey guys, welcome back. So got Friday favorites and Fooeys for you today, and once again, I was still enjoying the fall makeup sort of looks, especially like coppery golden sort of makeup looks, but I was really liking this kind of an eyeliner situation. So it wasn't complicated or anything like that, but I'll tell you what I used, how I did it, and I just think it's kind of fun. It's sort of like smudgy and not perfect, but in a really fun way. So I like that. I've got some new favorites, old favorites, just a whole hodgepodge. So let's get to it. For eyes, I've been trying out a lot of new makeup, but this is definitely a standout favorite for me. This is one of the MAC, I think they call them the Girls palettes, and this one is in Mischief Minx. So this is what I have on my eyes right now. This is what I use to create this smudgy liner, this coppery eye look. I don't feel like I've heard a lot of buzz about these palettes from MAC, but I've gotten several of them now and I really enjoy them. I think they're just something kind of fun and different. I love the shape of them. It's almost like, it almost looks like a little skinny notepad, like a to-do list or something. Isn't that cute? And the little leopard print, I mean, I just love it. This is probably my favorite one as far as packaging goes, just because I love the leopard, so it's adorable. So Mischief Minx. So this does have a little, you know, whatever plasticky thingy in there, so I would like it better if they had printed the names on it, but that's okay. So what I've got going on my eyes today. So I've got this in my crease, I've got this on my lids, I've got this in the inner corners of my eyes. I do have a highlighter that I'm about to mention to you as well, but that's kind of like the inner portion of my eyelid. So got those, and then this is what I use for the liner. I mean, I literally just smudged that along my lash line and then kind of did it at an angle just to kind of get a little bit of lift to my eyes, but that's really what I did. And then I have a little bit of this on my lower lash line, kind of drug the black and a little mixture of this, sort of meeting it on the outer corners to kind of get that smudgy outer corner overall, even on my lower lash line too. So that's what I've got going on. Yep, that's what I got. It's just such a pretty palette. They're great quality. The shimmery shades I do usually use with a setting spray just to kind of kick them up a notch, but they're really pretty. Actually, what I did is I applied them dry and then I layered them, like I got more on my brush and then sprayed it and then layered that on top. So that's what I did, and that worked really well, and it just gives a super metallic-y look. It's a very fun, warm, coppery, it's like a burnt palette. It just has a burnt vibe to it, like with this one and with the black. It's so pretty. I just loved that kind of smudgy liner. It just looked a little bit messy and undone, but in a really pretty artistic way. Not quite so perfect. So that's why I really liked it. It's kind of like a nice spin-off from always using a regular liquid liner, you know, on the lash line, like a regular cat eye. You know what I'm saying. I like the difference. I like the kind of smoky, smudgy change up. So that was totally a standout favorite for me. I also did wear this, and I have this on my face today. So there's different ones of these larger pans in each palette, and some of them are lighter. They're basically, I think, supposed to be all highlighters, but this one for me, I really have to use kind of as a blush topper. So I have this on as a blush topper. But some of the other palettes, they have, you know, like a light champagne-y gold and whatnot. So those kind of vary palette to palette. So have that on as a blush topper and really like that too. For cheeks this week, I've only worn this a couple of times, but I've really enjoyed it so far. These are from Oprah, and they're calling them midi palettes, which I love that name. I think that's so cute because it's like, they're not mini skirts, they're not maxi skirts, they're midi skirts, but they're midi palettes, which is so super duper cute. So this one is in Toasted Cashmere, and it comes with Cheer, Rodeo Drive, and this one kind of cracks me up, Versatile Matte Bronzer. I don't know why that makes me laugh. It's like, it doesn't necessarily have a name other than Versatile Matte Bronzer. So that's just kind of cute to me. I think that's kind of funny. So I do have this on my face today, all three of these. And this is just one of those great do-it-all sort of palettes. I love these sort of palettes where everything is all together. I love the size of this palette. I love that it's a midi palette. I mean, I love the name of that, but I love the size of it. This is perfect for throwing in a travel bag or just, you know, having in your collection. It doesn't take up a ton of space. There's still plenty of product in there, but you get like all in one. So I love that. The blush, Cheer, is kind of a, oh man, I don't even know, like I don't want to say frosty coral because that sounds like it's icy, and it's not icy. It's kind of a sheeny, metallic-y sort of a coral. Really pretty. And then Rodeo Drive is just a gorgeous gold. I really, really like this bronzer. I mean, it really is a versatile matte bronzer. I mean, that's an accurate name for it because it's very versatile. For me, I mean, I'm pretty fair complected and it still works for me. I mean, it's getting to be a little bit dark, but I can totally buff it out and didn't have any problems working with it. Now, this is a pretty pigmented blush. So I would say go easy with that blush because a little bit goes a long way with it because it has that sheen. I mean, it's a statement sort of a cheek. I mean, it really packs a punch, but it is so pretty. I mean, I used very little. I'm trying to think, like I just kind of tapped my brush in it, tapped it on my cheeks, and then buffed it. So this is not the type of blush that you would build it up and build it up slowly. No, 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 no. This is like you barely tap your brush. Use it like you would the highlighters, which are so super pigmented. I mean, barely tap your brush, maybe even tap it on the back of your hand, and then just start to tap on your face and then buff it out because it's just super pigmented. But so pretty. Really, really enjoy that palette. So wore that a couple times this week. And again, I just love the size of it. And I love that it's called a midi palette. That's super cute. Another cheek favorite this week was my good old e.l.f. blush palette. This one is in light. I really only wore, I'm looking here, mostly just this one right here, but I think one day I brought in a little bit of, I can't remember which, it was one, hello. It was one of these two. It was kind of a, so I did kind of a neutral mauve-y, pinky sort of a cheek. It was really pretty. But anyway, this one is my favorite because it's just a really versatile, you know, nude sort of a blush color. The pinks are very pretty too. They're pretty similar. I mean, this one is just slightly deeper. Didn't wear the corally blush this week, but it's pretty too. It's kind of a pinky coral. But the nudie color is my favorite. I do like the pinks as well, and I like them mixed with the nude color because then it's kind of a little bit more subdued pink because the pinks by themselves are pretty bright. Yeah, that's really more of like a pink with a coral shift to it. Those are really all very similar. Man, it's been a while since I've swatched those side by side. Those look very, very similar, but all very pretty. Super affordable. I do have a little bit of this on today, so I have like all the cheek things on my face right now. So what I did is I did the bronzer, the Oprah bronzer, just dabbed a little bit of the neutral blush, then I dabbed the Oprah bright corally blush, and then I used a little bit of the MAC like peachy shade as a blush topper, and then I used Rodeo Drive. So I've got like 15 things on my cheeks just because I wanted to play with all the makeup things today. So I do have this on my cheeks somewhere in this situation. But isn't this pretty? These are pretty much all this one seems the most matte. These seem to be more of a satin finish, but a kind of a subtle satin, a subtle, I can't talk today, a subtle satin finish. But this one has a little bit more of a sheen to it. So they're just very pretty and it's super duper affordable. For lip favorites, what I have on my lips right now is from Avon. And holy moly, this is like the tiniest print ever on the bottom of this lipstick. So that is definitely feedback I would give to Avon, is that I would love it if it were a little bit larger so I could actually see the words because I'm farsighted and it's a little bit of a challenge. So this is the Nourishing Lipstick and I think this says brown sugar. I think brown sugar, yes. So they sent me several things to try out, which was so sweet of them. And I just really enjoy this lipstick because I really feel like it's something different. You know, I have some brown lipsticks in my collection for sure, but I have more matte brown lipsticks, which I do really enjoy. I mean, I love a good matte brown. I think it just has this edge to it. I think it's just fun. This is kind of a creamy, sort of a finish to it and a brown. So it's a little bit something different. And it's kind of a, I would describe this as kind of like a nutmeg, cinnamon. I'm really getting fancy with my descriptions now. Look at that, nutmeg. we're pulling out all the fancy comparisons here today. So it's just got this warmth to it. It's really pretty. So it's a brown and it's got a sheen to it, that kind of glossy look to it, but then it's got a little bit of just a brown, like a warm brown tone to it. It's really, really pretty. And I will say, I think it starts out more kind of creamy, and then it sets down to be more of a satin finish, which I do really like, because then you get the hydration and the nourishment, but then it sets down and that helps with the longevity. So super pretty, just a really gorgeous, comfortable brown lipstick. So again, I feel like it's a little bit something different in my collection. And then lastly, this combo right here, I wore this several times this week and really, really enjoyed it. These are both from J-Cat Beauty. So I filmed a whole get ready with me video testing out a bunch of J-Cat Beauty makeup. So that'll be coming soon, but I mean, I couldn't wait to tell you guys about these because I enjoyed them so much and they pretty much lived in my purse. So this is the J-Cat Roll It Up Auto Lip Liner, and this is in Tea Rose. These were both crazy affordable. I think that this was around $3 for the lip liner, and I think the lipstick was $2 or $3. So the lip liner is that one, and then the lipstick is the Fantabulous lipstick, and this is in Prune. I will say that Prune on the website looked a lot more neutral. It looked like it was pretty much going to be the same color as Tea Rose, but then it came in and it's a lot pinker than I was expecting, but it's really, really pretty, and mixed with Tea Rose, oh my goodness, it's such a pretty combo. It ends up being, let me show you that real quick, and then what I'll do is I'll go over the lip liner with this lipstick. It ends up being this really pretty, almost bridal sort of a lip combo. It's beautiful. Now this isn't like the longest wearing lip combo, but I mean, it does wear a good amount of time. See, I'm gonna layer these for you. Can you see that there? Just a really pretty, kind of blushy, pinky mauve sort of a lip combo. Just very bridal. So pretty. So it's not crazy long wearing, but I mean pretty long wearing. I would say it's not gonna last through a meal, but if you're not eating or drinking, it does really kind of stick around on the lips, especially if you layer the two of them, especially if you use the lip liner with the lipstick. So I love crazy affordable makeup. These are both crazy affordable, and I think that they work really well. So I really, really enjoyed both of these this week. All right, guys, so those are all my favorites for this week. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below what you were loving this week, or maybe not so much loving. Let me know your weekend plans or any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.